YouTube, it's Chris with Kerbal Space Program. We're going to continue with the X series flight tests. Right here I am building the X3. If you'll remember, X1, X2 were in a previous video. This is a continuation of that. I do admit that I am awful at building space planes. Quite awful, in fact, that it is almost embarrassing. So I'm having fun with it. So I sped up this build because, watching a build is kind of boring. But you'll see the flight tests in mostly normal speed. So here we have a small plane with two engines, and the two tail fins actually work against each other, and they're not very responsive. Anyway, going for takeoff here, and I actually get this in the air and fly around for quite a while. It doesn't really want to go up or down. It wants to fight you either way. It just wants to fly however it wants to fly, and that would probably be due to the delta wing itself. Yawing left and right does not do anything. Pitching is very slow to respond. The roll actually works pretty well, and you can roll as far as you want. I mean, almost 90 degrees, and you can make a turn, but the turning is very slow because it doesn't really want to pitch up or down even when in a turn. And this flight goes on for quite a while, so I'm going to speed it up now and get towards the fun part where I crash. And we're attempting to make a grass landing because I couldn't turn back to the airstrip fast enough, and it just wasn't so responsive that I'd probably end up overshooting the runway and hitting the water anyway. So we're going to try to do a ground landing here. Obviously not optimal, and in this case deadly. And this is not one where the pilot can walk away from. And it's very, very slow to go up or down. I end up cutting the power to the engines quite a bit. It would have been probably okay, except I was vertically going too fast, so I hit kind of hard and blew apart, as you can see. Here is a slight variation. I went to a single vertical stabilizer, and it turned left and right a little bit better, but it was the same problem of non-responsive flight, so it wasn't really any improvement, except it could yaw left and right a little bit better. Still, it didn't really make it a good plane. It certainly doesn't look like one, and that's because it isn't. So I'm just going to try to turn around, go back towards the mainland, and I'll probably end up crashing if I remember correctly. I think I tried to do a ground landing again. This is all narrated in post-production. Yeah, as you can see, I am coming down now, and I'm trying to control my vertical descent, but again, it's very difficult because the plane just wants to fly how it wants to. I almost make it, but I'm just going too fast, and I land more towards the front. So that was the end of that series.